Welcome to the Media Bubble Podcast. I'm Karol and he's Fredrik, and let's get this show on the road.
Happy New Year, or soon to be New Year, I guess.
Yeah, we're still stuck in 2023 as we're recording this.
Yeah, I think this episode will be released on the 29th actually. So 2 days before the new year.
Yeah, I don't know, I think it'd be fun to talk about kind of our expectations for New Year. Or what do we want to accomplish? What do we want to do? What do we want from 2024?
Do you have anything specifically in mind in that case?
Kinda. Maybe my idea was we set out a goal, at least one, for each of us. And we'll see if we can accomplish it until the end of the next year. It doesn't have to be anything big or dramatic, but maybe something that would take a little bit more time. And I know this is sudden, but it doesn't have to be anything serious. We're not saying I'm gonna be a bodybuilder or I'm gonna go to space or
Was that the first thing you were thinking of? I'm going to be a bodybuilder.
look, I maybe would aspire to be really buff, but am I gonna lie and say that I'm gonna hit the gym and put it on the air? No.
Okay, I actually came up with something when you were doing the intro.
Yeah?
Because it was something that we talked about before. And we have discussed this from previous year to year, but we haven't actually been able to do it yet. The two of us travel to some place.
Oh, yeah, we even talked about this before we started recording.
Because something that we have discussed is maybe going on. So sometime we talked about going someplace in Europe by train or something like that, and well, it usually is just talk to for us. We usually never commit to it. So let's try to commit to it this time. Let's travel someplace.
Ooh, you really got me there. Well, I don't have anything against this idea. Because it seems like it's a fun goal. It's not something we can do like this. It's also not something too small, which would seem insignificant.
Like, I'm not saying that we should do an 3 weeks train trip around Europe. Even thought that maybe would be fun, but maybe not the budget. We maybe not have the budget for it. Maybe just like 1 or 2 nights or something.
Yeah. Like, because you said we also kind of talked about our preferences when it comes to like what we can do. I came with a lot of like concerts and like drag queen events and like such stuff. But and your vibe is more like sightseeing, traveling, tenting.
I like to more relax, if I'm being honest. Like, but I can go to concerts. I have no problem going to a concert.
No, but like I don't mind also doing something way more chill.
We also talked about canoeing, or what is that called in English?
Yeah, like paddling.
Is it the same word?
I have no idea. Basically, it's canoe. And last time I canoed was 5 years ago.
For me, it's even longer than that.
Yeah, and like we both can swim. I don't think any of us will drown. I can try to like make I don't know, like a lifeguard certification if you're being afraid.
I'm not afraid in that way. Like, I don't think we will be in that deep of water, and yeah, I think you also usually have some like that vest. What is it called?
Yeah, a safety vest.
Yeah, you usually will have one of those, right? So
Okay, well, I'm gonna actually write it up. So one of our goals would be to just go out somewhere, to go sightsee. Okay, I'm gonna write canoeing.
yeah, that's one option.
And option 2 would be let's go and sleep over somewhere for did you say 2, 3 nights?
1, 2 nights maybe. Should we do that thing where you like where you are blindfolded and you like or you have a map of Sweden and you just like we can go here, where are we? Like you know that thing where you're blindfolded and
We are risking going somewhere that's not fun.
I don't think it's a good idea, but it's something you can do.
We can.
I don't think it's a good idea if I'm being honest.
I mean, we can improve on it. What if we both in our private time we came up with like a list of interesting cities, and we can spin a wheel. Like there are wheel makers online that we can use.
Yeah, that would be one option, I guess.
Okay, so sleep in somewhere and canoeing. Canoeing is pretty easy. We have it pretty close. Okay.
So that would be mine, Carol. What would be yours?
Oh, I think it was like a resolution together, and now we're do like personal ones.
Okay. Do you have some more personal goals? You said that you have had some kind of ideas in mind, right?
I did. So, I mean, before we get into that, what is your opinion of New Year's resolutions? And I'm not stalling.
I'm not doing them if I'm being honest.
Why not?
Like it's a famous thing with New Year's resolution that you're like breaking them after 3 days or something. So I'm kind of like, why would I bother?
True, but don't you feel like New Year, New Me is kind of like a little bit of an attractive idea?
I like the old me. I have no problem with him. Like you will have. Like I understand that you will evolve no matter what, so I will like my new self too, and I will like my old self too. I don't really feel the need of going through myself and saying I don't like that side about me. I wish that I could take that away. I'm right now I'm kind of in a mind about I will just accept who I am.
I think that's a uncommon opinion, or at least it's not an opinion that I would share.
Maybe not, but that's kind of where I am right now in life.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. I think it's admirable, really, because you don't feel the no.
I kind of just feel like because some when I was younger I wanted to change myself. I wanted to because it's probably not noticeable in this podcast, but when I'm around a group of people, then I'm usually pretty quiet. Like I'm kind of shy, and that was something for years that I maybe wanted to take that side away from me. But now I'm kind of like, yeah, that's kind of just who I am. I kind of just want to accept who I am. Like I don't want to drag up opinions about oh I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that. I'm kind of just want to accept who I am, and that's okay. But I still admit that I can improve on stuff and I can still evolve. But yeah. So, what do you want to change about you, Carol?
Oh God, way too many things. That's why I said that's maybe not the opinion that I share. At the same time, like
yeah, I kind of understand that.
Like, I admit, I don't do New Year's resolutions either, because, as you said, a lot of times it's something you do for maybe a month, just like going to the gym, and you drop off because you lose motivation because the resolution was your motivation, you didn't have like a goal in mind. And I don't know. I think with time I kind of tried to accept me for who I am, and I did in a lot of ways. Like I don't really care as much when people criticize me or like say mean stuff to me because I come to realize that in a lot of ways I don't care about others people's opinions of me. Like for me to care about your opinion, you have to be important to me. or you have to be close to me. Like, I care about your opinions because you're close to me. But if there's just some rando somewhere at work, then like 1 year in, the other year out, and like I don't think I would have been able to say it to myself like a few years ago.
No, probably not. But I kind of, it's some realization you have with yourself, and sometimes it's not easy to accomplish because sometimes even thoughts I have said this about me. Sometimes I notice about myself that I still let some opinion come into my head. I try to avoid them, and as I said, just be who I am. But sometimes it's hard to ignore other people's voices.
I think my advice to you is some voices are not worth listening to.
No, I no, they really are not. Like something that I also think is that some people are needlessly mean for no reason.
Yeah, some people, like I've known people that derive pleasure seeing you being unhappy. And it's like, why? Shouldn't like I come from a point of view, I want people around me to feel good about themselves because I it makes me sad when I see someone else sad. Like I want to empathize. I don't want to I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to just be at peace with themselves.
Yeah, be happy.
Yeah. But going back to what I would want to change about myself, uh, I don't know. I guess, even though I don't listen to a lot of stuff, I guess still I'm a little bit insecure. Like,
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant before with the voice still kind of gets in your head, even thought you know that you should not listen to them.
yeah, because
That's kind of the hard part. It's actually doing it. Is to totally ignore others.
I've read somewhere online, like when it comes to changing yourself, you kind of have to be in a situation where not doing any, like, if you really want to change yourself, you have to be in a situation where not doing anything is worse than doing something.
Okay.
And I think it kind of like it sounds like you should like okay, maybe I said it wrong. You shouldn't necessarily put yourself in a situation that you would hate. But like there's a bigger chance you'll change something if the situation you're already in makes you miserable, right?
Yeah.
Because doing it like maybe I'm not saying it right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm kind of thinking about that example of you know sometimes there's bigger learning in losing than winning, because then you know what you need to improve. I'm not exactly sure about that example right now when I think about it.
It could kind of work. Like if you want to spin it, you could say, I mean, losing is like the first step to change. Because yeah, like at least you know what you don't know.
I think that quote is more in sport, maybe in sports, in that kind of way that I lost. Now you know what you need to improve.
Do you think you give up often on stuff? Like when things don't go your way, are you more of a type of a person to give up and start something new, or would you like hold in and continue doing stuff?
That depends really on the stuff, but I have no problem in, I guess, giving up on things if you're talking about that. Like for me, I guess it's kind of like if I don't really feel like I enjoy it, then why should I continue doing it? So I have no problem in like giving up on stuff if that is what you're talking about. Like I kind of want to have fun and a good time, and if I like what I'm doing, then I want to improve on that thing, and that comes naturally. That is not something that I feel like I need to chase.
I think that's a good outlook on like what you like, because it's like if you enjoy doing something, then you continue doing it. Because for me, I tend to overthink a lot. Um, like maybe
I can admit that that there are examples of me also overthinking stuff. Like I'm not perfect in all areas of my life, but that's kind of just the goal I have. But it doesn't always mean that I can do it every time. So because sometimes I notice myself that I give tips to other persons, and I'm not even doing the tips myself.
it's
But
always
it's like I know like what is probably the good thing to do, but sometimes I'm not even following it.
yeah, it's way easier giving advice when you don't have to act on it yourself. I try to stay away from that, but but like sometimes you can lead by the idea, not by example, right? Okay, so circling back, my personal goal.
Yeah. You said that you have said that you have kind of an idea of what you want to change, but I haven't really heard anything yet.
Yeah, I swear I'm not stalling. I'm stalling? No, I'm not stalling. There is one thing. There is actually two things, and there's both so like one of them is so shallow.
Well, that doesn't really matter.
You know what? I mean, one of it is shallow, and the other one is silly.
Well, tell them
Okay,
then.
you want to hear the silly one? So in Sweden, for our listeners, there's Högskoleprovet, and I want to score in it well. It's a test that, like, it's like a SATs for aptitude for university, and I don't know why. I don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm I know that I'm like I have a comfortable job, but it's maybe not something I want to see myself to do in the future. And I always had this idea of going to university. But I keep beating myself up. What is the point if I don't know what I want to do? Is just going to university my goal? When I get to university, will I lose all my drive to learn? What if I go to a class that doesn't give me anything out of it in the future? What if I what because I went to university before, but
Yeah, but you still learned something, didn't you?
I guess, but I know it made me also really unhappy.
Yeah, but sometimes that maybe is the lesson to learn. That's a new experience, and so sometimes the way is not an easy way to go, and like there's not a straight you sometimes you want a straightforward way, but sometimes there will be twists and turns.
I guess, but I know that. But I also
And sometimes sometimes it's better to just try than to just sit and think about it. Because now it's kind of like, oh, if I did this, but the thing is sometimes you just need to try and see.
I just give
You gotta
I just
test.
give it.
You gotta take that step. Because when I went to an university class, like I was kind of worried because I might wasn't the greatest in school. How will I do? And I still did okay and all right. And that's something that I got to learn by actually doing it, because that was some part that I was a bit worried about before. Well, am I smart enough for this? And it turned out that sometimes I was, sometimes I needed a bit more time to solve something, but eventually you did. So what's the other thing?
So the other thing. Okay, so the first thing was silly because, for me at least, what's the point of going to university if I don't have a plan for it? Or is it just going to university is my goal? Because I also know that I would regret if I didn't. Then my second goal, the goal is currently just score well on högskoleprovet. I don't say go to school this year, just score well. The second one, and it's so vain, and I know it's like the most basic one, but maybe hit the gym sometime.
Yeah, sure. If that's something that you want to do, then sure.
I don't know. I always were kind of unhappy with myself. This is like.
Are you unhappy with the way you look? Or do you mean that?
A little bit. Like, okay, so I'm a gay guy, right? I meet up with guys. And a lot of the times, like, I could be categorized. I've been called a twink by my friends so many god at a time.
Can I just ask you something? Are you doing something with your hands or something?
How so?
I'm hearing a
oh yeah,
kind
I'm
of
tugging on the
yude.
tugging on the earphones. I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Maybe do have a ball in your hand or something
I
like that.
I had a Rubik's Cube somewhere. I use it to play when we play D&D so I can focus.
Are you also a person where your hands kind of need to do something?
Yes.
I'm kind of the same way in that case.
You should meet my brother. Like when he's restless, he begins to like he'll just like start tearing like servetter, like napkins, or like doodling on the table, or like taking like starts carving something. He's exactly the same. But back to my goal. I don't know. As I said, I'm a little bit of a Twinkie guy. And I had multiple guys like tell me, oh, maybe you should be a girl instead. And it's like, and I also had people on the phone say, oh, you sound like a girl. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. There are feminine guys. And they're living it. And there are twinkish guys who are living it.
Like, I'm not a girly guy, but I'm also not, I wouldn't say that I'm either a manly man. Like, I feel like my interests are somewhere else, but I'm kind of like, I'm still happy with being a guy and accept that, yeah, I'm kind of fine with this. My body is one thing, my interest is another. I'm fine with who I am.
I don't think I ever thought that about my body.
Well, I'm in another position. Like I'm straight, and I know that I am straight. Like I guess that must have been a confusing time for you when you were young, when it was like more that, oh, the stereotypical was that most guys are like straight, and I'm not sure if I am that. Like that probably raises a lot of questions in your head.
I guess it did. I don't know. I somehow that point about me, once I knew, like I knew. I was mostly worried about my family will react. But when it comes to like body image, like I was like, I had. Do you remember when we were in school? Like, I was fat.
Yeah, but not all the time when you were in school, like maybe the early years, but you're not fat now, for an example.
No, I'm not. But I always
So
was unhappy.
so I'm not exactly sure what the or do exactly you want to improve, because you look fine and healthy, if I'm being honest.
That's why I said it's kind of like maybe vain. Like maybe just go to gym sometime. I don't know. Maybe or maybe I don't know. Maybe I should just change my goal altogether and be happy with myself.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe this is a good conversation. Like maybe instead of me trying to reach someone, it's not an unattainable goal. But maybe I should have more like a more relaxed outlook on it. Like this is just how I am.
Well, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be healthy, but at the same time, I don't feel like uh, you should be telling yourself that oh, I want to fix something with my body, but if you want to go to the gym just to feel great, or just to be a healthy person, then that's okay. But uh, don't have those thoughts about yourself that oh, I need to be thinner or something like that, because I feel like that's the wrong way to think. Then you're just kind of judging yourself, and I don't really ever feel like that's a good thing.
Maybe you're correct. You're probably correct. You're mostly correct. I don't know. It's just like, as I said, I always had a little bit. I'm always a bit judgy when it comes to myself. Maybe this is not a good goal, seeing that it's so vague. Also, like go to the gym. Okay, but what is my goal with this? To be
Well,
healthy?
it doesn't. Well, that's also something about you, that you even felt like oh, that's a bit vague. But if you wanted to tell it, then just tell it. Don't even think about oh, I'm not coming with something big now. I'm just saying oh, I want to go to the gym. You're even complaining about yourself that oh, I just have something vain about me. If that is something that you wanted to tell me that you have some as a goal, then just tell it. Don't think about yourself in that way of oh, I don't have something big right here. No, if you want to tell it, then tell it. It doesn't need to be big. If this is just something that you want and you want to improve, then don't think about yourself in that way of oh, I don't have anything big to come with. It's just going to the gym. It's and if you want to go to the gym, and if that's something that you want to start, then that's also good. If that's something that you want to do. But the only thing that I'm kind of questionable in that way, if you're doing it for the right interests, because at the same time you should also be okay with how you look and the way you are. I think you need to accept yourself, Carol, if I'm being honest. Accept who you are, and don't think that there's something wrong with you. Because I'm feeling a lot of doubt of you're disappointed with who you are. And sometimes that's you kind of just need to I am who I am, and that's okay.
Maybe so.
I know that that's something to say, and there's a lot longer process in actually uh, accepting it and doing it, and I know that you still will have doubts after this conversation, but that's kind of how I feel about it, that you should be your own friend. You should not be your own enemy. If there is one friend you need in this life, then I would say it is yourself. Like others' opinions are bad enough. Like if you're if you are one of them that already is like, oh, I'm not good at this, then that's one more enemy, and that enemy is yourself. Like you should, if there's someone that shouldn't be negative about you themselves, then it is themselves, because that's the biggest person you have in your life in a weird way. Does this make sense? Because I'm not sure.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm not saying anything because you're saying good stuff. Kind of like, if I'm stuck with myself for the long road, then I should at least be a little bit kinder to myself.
Yeah, there's no person in life that you will know for a longer time.
This bozo, I'm stuck. He's not stuck with me. I'm stuck with him. Okay, well, I mean, I'll probably give it some thought. It's not gonna like.
Well, if you need it, you can go back to this episode, I guess, when it releases and listen to it again.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, okay. So my goal, 1, maybe try for högskoleprovet. 2, also maybe not go to the gym, but maybe exercise, and kind of for the right reasons.
Yeah, maybe you just want to exercise because that makes the body feel good, and that's good for the body.
Yeah, and not because I have some unattainable goal.
You want to be a bodybuilder, you said?
The thing is, like, yeah, I'd go for these types. Okay, that's my type.
Okay.
But it's like, would it make me happy? I don't know.
I don't know that myself.
If I became a bodybuilder, would it make you happy?
Yeah, but the thing is with people that may be trained to get the body that they want, is that there's never really a stop to it. Like, once you reach the level that you maybe originally thought, then that wasn't the level. You just keep going in this spiral of I need to get thinner, I need to get stronger, and that doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't. It's perpetual. It's just like, yeah, there's always another limit you have to. And if you stop, then all of this progress was for nothing. Because even if, like, muscles remember, you deflate. Okay. So what is... Do you maybe have, like, a personal goal in mind for this year?
No.
It doesn't have to be, like, anything serious. Just maybe something you would like to do, or maybe improve, or maybe not.
Not really. No, not in my personal self, at least. Like I said, this is something about me that I can at least say, is that I'm kind of like I said this in the beginning of the episode too, that I'm kind of like, I'm accepting who I am, and if I evolve in time, then that will just be a natural way of evolving for me, because humans always evolves, and that's just something that I'm okay with, and I won't stay the same for forever, but I'm right now I'm kind of like, I'm okay with who I am. It's kind of, as I said, I should be my own best friend. So I don't have those personal goals for myself. Like there are a couple of goals that I don't really want to share in this podcast, if I'm being honest, but personal goals, no, I'm happy with who I am, and I will evolve, and I will not always stay the same, and that's okay. That's just natural way of life.
I guess that's all right.
Do you want to know what I Do you want to know what I originally had for two topics on this episode? Because this was originally going to be a free talking episode, and then we went into this
It
deep,
kind of turned into one.
and then it turned into this deep talk between us two. But originally, I was thinking, oh, I can maybe bring up that I have watched a lot of biathlon because that has started up, and the whole thing with Disney that they aren't doing that great with movies, and then we can.
Oh yeah,
then we kind of got stuck on this deep talk, which is not bad because I think you need this. If I'm being honest, like this felt like something that you have probably put some thought about before, and maybe you need this. Well,
I'm look. I don't know. I don't know if this is good for fit for the podcast. I know that, like,
maybe it shows our real self. So sometimes that we aren't. Sometimes you are insecure about the things. Like this podcast is usually more about our nerdier interest, but there is a deeper side to us.
yeah, like, because like yeah, as you said, like we're human, we're always change, and it's like, I don't know. I always had this idea that you shouldn't really bring heavy topics to a podcast because I was like, oh, who wanna listen to that? Like,
well, we have made like 80 plus episode where we have talked about our nerdy interest. I guess one episode where we go into deep talk is okay.
yeah, and it's the one where we reflect on or like hope for the next year. Actually, uh, I don't know. We have talked for a while now, but maybe would you want to say anything that anything the good that happened this year? Like we've spoken about, like our what we would like to change or not, or like expectations or plans. But maybe because we're approaching like a 40-minute mark, maybe you can say a thing that we enjoyed this year, just like appreciate something good that happened.
Can you start?
Okay. Boy, did I put myself into a hole. No, okay. I can actually, you know what? I'll take my phone out because I have actually loads of pictures from this year. Like, I think, despite everything that's happening, I can gladly say I had a lot of fun this year. I had a lot of problems. I had my car stop on me multiple times. I had weird shenanigans happen to me and my family. But, like, I also traveled. I've I've been to a drag show. I've made a lot of good food. I've spent a lot of time with my family. It's not a single thing, but I'm like I took off improv classes. I went to the theater. I'm doing something out of like my comfort zone. I had fun.
Yeah, that's good, I guess.
Like now your turn.
I don't have anything that specific, if I'm being honest. Like I have some goals that I maybe have started this year about some other video projects that I want to maybe do in another channel in the future, but so I'm in the processes of developing that. That's something, I guess. Then it's other things like one day things, like when you said that you were looking through your phone, I saw some pictures of one day when we were bowling. That was fun, I guess.
It was.
And you beat my ass.
Yes, finally. It's 5-3, but I'm catching up.
No, that doesn't count. that count is for a miniature golfing.
Oh no, you're right. I think I'm. Did I remember correctly? Am I winning on bowling?
We don't have a count for bowling, but you probably are. I don't know.
I mean, we can wipe the state clean and we can play next year.
The fact that we keep count on miniature golf is kind of a weird thing, if I'm being honest. But we don't need to keep the. Or if you want to have something that you are better at me, then if you want, you can keep on counting.
No, I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't. Keeping count is just for fun. Like, I don't really care if I'm worse at mini golf or better at mini golf than anyone. Or you, like.
Oh, also, you said it wrong. It was 6-2 in miniature golf.
How dare you! I think this is like. I'm just glad we're having fun.
Yeah.
Like, I would be happy if I won more, but I'm happy we've played so many times.
It's fun to kind of have a tradition of doing at least with some of these once a year.
Yeah, it's like something you can look forward to.
Mm.
After, I think this is a good time to close off the episode, don't you think? Yeah, so as always, thank you all for listening and for this episode of the Media Bubble Podcast. It'd mean a lot if you subscribe or follow, so hit that button with passion. And then thanks to Jahzzar for our intro and outro comedy,
Happy New Year.
which I really like. Happy New Year and see you again soon, and have a wonderful year.
Yes, this started as a New Year episode.
Kinda. But I'm goodbye.